Do you think that was justified having Fredo killed?
I personally don't think I can blame Michael for making that decision.
Man, cold-hearted. There's no forgiveness for that? For your own brother, your own sibling? Penny finally watched The Godfather Part 2.
Part
Two. And we're going to dive into it. So, Godfather 2, a sequel often called the greatest of all time. But does it actually live up to the hype? What were your expectations going into Godfather Part 2 after watching Godfather Part 1?
I don't have any expectation. I just thought it would be the story of Michael. Yeah, but you did tell me before I watched the movie that it like goes back and forth into his life and his dad's life.
Yeah.
Which I want to say does require some brain power while watching it, because I'm like trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah.
No expectations then?
I didn't have any expectation, but I think some people, like you told me, some people think this is like the best movie of all time, right?
Did it feel different from Part 1 to you?
It does feel different, I think. Honestly, I prefer Part 1.
Okay.
Like the storytelling was easy enough, and
it's more straightforward.
Yeah, very straightforward. And what's exciting about the first movie is how you just thought Michael was just he's not even in the family business, and how he all of a sudden did this big thing and changed his whole life and changed the whole family dynamic. And that's exciting for me.
Okay.
Seeing someone from here to here unexpectedly. Part 2, you already know that Michael is the head of the family.
It's a little bit of a downfall for him. But you also had the other timeline where his father, as a young man played by Robert De Niro, is rising in the ranks of...
Which I also have a little problem with that.
Why is that?
Your social status just changed from like one of the lowest to like the highest by killing someone.
They were already making a name for themselves, like robbing and everything, and then that guy was trying to get in on the action because you do something in his part of the city, then you owe him. You got to kick back money to him. You ended up killing him, and then there's a power vacuum, so he takes over that, and it's like a time when all these Italians are coming to America and they're looking for people to protect them, and that's what he's doing.
I don't know. Okay.
There is a time jump after he kills him, and then he starts the olive oil business, and it's basically like a front for his criminal activity.
That power, gaining the power, for me, I feel like you need to deserve it. The reason why Michael deserved it, even if it's also a killing, is because it's not only one of the most powerful person on the table and the police officers on the table. So it's not simply, and a lot of like other people around, and he has to complete this mission. So it's not simply just pulling the trigger. There are pressure. Vito was just like, dude didn't even have bodyguard, didn't have anybody around trying to protect him or anything. Vito was just like, it's like someone waiting at your door, and you come back home and he just killed you, and he become like the boss of the city. And in my head, it does not justify.
Well, the guy ran that part of the city, like I said, and there's basically a power vacuum, and Vito is probably more gentler in his ways rather than outright threatening somebody. And that's what it shows in the first Godfather, that if I do this for you, you owe me a favor. And so many people owe him favors that he's untouchable almost. I guess you just have to have a little bit of imagination, because there is a time jump. It's not supposed to be about him entirely. It's just, so the dual timelines didn't work for you?
I guess it worked. I feel like if I'm less engaged, I probably would have it would have just slipped through without making sense. But I was paying a lot of attention to the movie, and trying to figure out what's going on.
So was it slow at any time for you?
It felt pretty slow, honestly.
Compared to the first one, really?
First one was pretty slow too, I want to say. The first one was slow until well, until the dad got shot. So at first it was like the wedding scene. It was just setting up story. It felt pretty slow. And this one literally goes back all the way to when his dad was a kid. So I want to say, yeah, you really have to sit there and be patient and exit through like his childhood story, right?
Yeah. So let me stop there real quick. How about Robert De Niro as the young Vito? How do you like him?
Like I said, I wasn't crazy about it.
So do you think he's a good comparison to Marlon Brando in the first one? Does it seem like a young version of Marlon Brando from the first movie? God damn.
Like I said, I understand that there's a time jump that you gotta use all your imagination, but I don't see. Okay,
He's okay.
He was portrayed.
You're getting all hung up about how he killed the dude. There was a time jump. He was already in a lot of the criminal shit going on, making money that way. And then he basically killed a dude. His friends owe him a favor. Everyone works for him. Everyone respects him. That's how someone gains power.
It don't make sense to me.
And this is a time when there's a shitload of immigrants in America. There's sections. There's a Chinatown. There's Little Italy. And they have to protect themselves. And that's how the mafia was formed.
I understand. But for me to respect someone, this person needs to be more than like doing robbery and murder, okay?
That's not what he was doing, though. He was helping the community. He was helping that lady. That's why it showed that. He doesn't go around beating the shit out of people and killing people for not wanting to do what he does. He killed that one dude because he wanted his place. And with the lady, that's why it's showing the lady that's getting kicked out of her apartment. He's doing things in a diplomatic manner. Can you do this favor for me? She owes him the favor. This guy that he's going to try to get her back at the landlord, he's going to owe him a favor for letting her back in. It's just, that's how he is. That's how he is in the first movie.
Okay. In my head, it don't make sense. If he killed that person, killed the previous boss so he can get his place. It don't make sense. If I killed the president, do I get to be president? No.
That's not how that works. What do you think of Michael's side of the story, his downfall? How much has changed for him since part one? His sister is running around, leaving her kids behind. There seems his relationship with his wife, Kay, seems pretty strained. Someone attempts to kill him in his own house and where his kids are at and everything.
That's crazy.
He also had the Senate hearings where the guy that he thought was attempting to kill him.
But isn't that all the risk you should expect for being the mob boss?
Yeah, this is his rise to power, the first movie, and this is his downfall because he's becoming more paranoid. He's becoming less forgiving. That's the famous quote in this movie. Like the first movie, it was, I'm gonna make him an offer you can't refuse. And this one is, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
He taught me, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Let's just talk about Kay, okay? So he goes off to do this business in Cuba, and she has a miscarriage because she's pregnant. And then it's later revealed that she had an abortion. She didn't want to bring any more of his family back into, or his lineage back into what she calls hell, or the evilness or whatever.
It wasn't a miscarriage. It was an abortion. An abortion, Michael.
Look at his son. He's traumatized.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely, like, acts abnormal because of the things that they
That's one thing. That's one thing I noticed too, rewatching this, like the way his son acts and everything.
It's not great. Not good.
So what do you think of that whole relationship with it? Can you blame her?
No. Why would you blame her? Everything should be like best. You need to consider it for the best of the children and her own happiness. Obviously, Michael was not honest with her from the very beginning, right?
That final scene in the first movie.
Yeah, even though they're like, this is the only time that I'll talk business to you and I'll be completely honest, and it wasn't honest. And Kay knew it. And this is really just the last straw.
He like slaps her too.
No way you could ever forgive me. Not with this Sicilian thing that's been going on for 2,000 years.
He did so slapped her. Not saying that's okay to do, but it was after the fact that she told him it was an abortion.
Yeah. I mean, he's like lashing out because he's losing control.
Yeah.
Did that change your opinion of Michael?
No.
Okay. Does
I don't really
any
have-
of this?
I don't really have an opinion on Michael. I never like admire him or anything.
No, not like
that.
Tony Soprano. Huh?
No, Tony is different.
Yeah. He did have the Senate hearings. He gets out of that with some Weasley scheme. I think like bringing the guy's brother from Sicily to intimidate him.
No, like when I watch this movie, I don't judge the characters. It's more like they're telling me the story of their life, and there's nothing for me to judge. I'm just taking it.
Yeah.
And understanding everything that happened in their life.
Do some standout moments. Young Vito assassinating Don Finucci, the first kill, when he unscrewed the light. Get dark, and then the guy came and screwed it back. He had that towel over his hand, shot the gun, caught on fire. Or not the gun, but the towel.
Lame.
God damn. Michael's cold moments. Do you think he kills Fredo? He basically keeps Kay away from the kids. Do you think he's like redeemable at all by the end? You think this is the ultimate like descent into hell?
I think that's his character. And you understand, right? You watch the whole thing and you can see how uptight he gets, how nervous he gets with everything happens.
Yeah.
And like you said, there are people from the inside that help killing him. Can you blame them? Soprano's mom and uncle was in the game of killing him.
Yeah.
And hey, he only didn't take that revenge because he was talking to a therapist. So that therapy does help.
So Fredo's betrayal and the kiss of death. So he's like, when he's dancing with him, I knew it was you, Fredo, and he kisses him.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
What do you think of Fredo?
Fredo is so silly. Fredo is like the stereotypical the kid that everybody knows he doesn't have it, but he feels looked down upon, I think.
Yeah.
Especially
in that one scene where he's his little brother, his baby brother is the boss. And
what? It don't
like
matter.
ego thing. Yeah, but
it's not. It's like you're saying, oh, someone younger than me is richer than me.
Yeah.
So what? If you're not built for something, you're not built for something. Like, why are you? And I feel like he could have had his. It's not like he's not in the family business at all. They do have him like help with the family business, but I don't think he even think that was.
But yeah, it's just like to keep him busy. That's what he really says in that scene too.
I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over.
That's the way Pop wanted it.
It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart.
The lake scene where Michael finally has Fredo killed. Do you think that was justified, having Fredo killed?
I personally don't think I can blame Michael for making that decision.
Man, cold-hearted. Shit. There's no forgiveness for that? For your own brother, your own sibling?
Okay, I think what kind of bothers me is that he does say to Fredo that I forgive you. He pretty much told everybody that he forgives him.
Yeah.
And then, like, having him killed, it didn't feel like it's a decision that I can respect. If you're just like, I'm not talking to this person, and you secretly have him killed, I would even prefer that. But I don't like how now he kills him for his own selfish reason.
Yeah.
Because he is insecure.
At the end of the first movie is that he killed all his enemies. And what's he do here? He kills all his enemies. The guy thought Michael was going to kill him, but it was just like a ruse from Hyman Roth, the villain of the movie, he basically tells him to go kill himself, and he does. Fredo, who was pretty much tricked into betraying Michael, he's killed. Like, there is no, it's black and white with him.
Yeah, and the fact that towards the end that he is like having problem with Tom.
Yeah, he's like turning on Tom a little bit.
What the heck? If Tom wants to do something, wants to leave the family business, as a decent boss, you should let him.
Yeah.
What's with all the? I feel like that conversation was pretty like hostile.
Yeah.
And Tom has always been in the family and has been the most trustworthy character in the show, and it's literally like a brother.
Yep.
And the fact that he even doubt him for his decisions, that's where you can't see that he's not in control anymore.
You're gonna come along with me in these things I have to do, or what? Because if not, you can take your wife, your family, and your mistress. Move them all to Las Vegas.
Why do you hurt me, Michael? I've always been loyal to you. I mean, what is this?
So, I guess give your final thoughts and rating.
My rating for this movie, I want to say it might be a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. And what was the first one?
Sad.
What was the first
I don't
one?
remember. It was at least a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I don't like this one as much.
Okay.
It did get a little complicated with the father's past, and I personally did not gain much excitement from that storyline.
Okay.
Except for he ended up going back, killed the dude that killed his dad. That part I knew I was looking forward to.
Padre si chiama Antonio Andolini e questo è Pacino.
Michael's life is pretty intense.
Yeah, it's basically devouring him.
Yeah, and it's really hard to judge a character. I feel like this is a fairly complicated like situation when you're facing people trying to kill you, people trying to make you look like you're killing your own people, and you're getting like tricked by your own family and getting betrayed by your own family, and actually have your own family falling apart. It's a lot. Yeah, it's hard to say what's right with him and what's wrong with him. But in general, I still liked the movie. It wasn't a boring movie, but I'm just, I guess, less engaged.
Yeah. Too old for you.
Sure.
I'll go 5. I think it's still a masterpiece. So don't
Did
yell
you
at-
say
don't
5 for the first one too?
Yeah. I think they're both like 1-2 combo, kind of Dune 1 and Dune 2. Like, you get the complete picture, and I just love the sequel / prequel of the second movie, like the rise of power of Vito and the fall of Michael. Like, just
It's pretty sad.
yeah, and I really liked it. I love it actually, but I just found it very engaging still. Like, it's just I don't think I can really compare either of them. I think they're just like a 1-2 complementary piece.
Okay.
So then
2 pieces of a puzzle.
yeah, and then there's Godfather Part 3 that we're gonna watch next time. Are you looking forward to that?
The death of Michael.
Yeah,
Corleone,
we're
right?
watching Coda. So the death of Michael Corleone, which I hear has a different ending.
That sounds pretty sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you've won. You want to wipe everybody out?
I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, Tom.
That's Penny's opinion on The Godfather Part 2, her first time watching it. Let us know what you thought of The Godfather Part 2. Let us know what you thought of Penny's opinion of The Godfather
shit.
Part 2.
Don't attack me.
Please do it. And yeah, make sure to hit the like button. Really helps small channels like this. Make sure to subscribe for other Penny watches for the first time, because we're going to watch the third Godfather. You'll have to see. She might like it better than Godfather 2. You don't know. So.
Could be.
And make sure to hit that bell icon too, and we'll see you later. Bye.